Good morning. We're going to get started here in just a little bit. I hope everybody's doing well today. It's May 1st. Can you believe it's May already? So happy May Day. You can see here I have the new catalog. And I have an in-color chart here. These are the new in colors for 2021 to 2023. The annual catalog starts on May 4th, so that's this Tuesday. If you are interested in a new catalog and you don't have one yet, just let me know and I'll figure out a way to get one to you. So let's put this aside for now. I'm Lisa Lang, and I'm going to start off with a card that uses a really different layout. This layout was shared by my good friend Laura Milligan. I just call it a fancy layout card, so it's something a little different. I'm going to be working today with the hand pen suite, and when you have your new catalog, you'll be able to find it on pages 104 and 105. This is the stamp set. It's called Hand Pen Petals, and as you can see, it has some pretty flowers on here, and it's a two-step stamping set. You can use these flowers here and leaves to color in the flowers here, or if you'd rather, you can color them in with your blends. And we also have some nice greetings on here. We have thanks, anything is possible, congratulations, and feel better, friend. Okay, this is the pen flowers dies, and these are all the dies that coordinate with it. So you have a nice edge here, a nice scalloped edge, and then these are going to be used to cut out the flowers and the leaves. Today I'm going to be using this die here that's going to go with a floral bouquet. So let's get started. First of all, the card base is 11 by 2 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. Now this seems like an awfully small base, doesn't it? But I'm going to show you how it's going to turn out. So here I have a piece of basic white, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. I'm going to give it a fold here and a nice crease. And before I start with the designer series paper, I want to show you what it looks like. They're 12 by 12 pieces, and it's called Hand Pen Designer Series paper. And the nice thing is it does show you on here all of the different colors that are used in the paper, so you know what to use it for coordinating with your cardstock and inks. So the first piece here has some really pretty watercolor floral designs on it. And on the back we have some real delicate looking little flowers on there on a watercolor wash. Here's another one that uses more of the greens and rusts. And on the back of here, this is the design that goes on the back. This one has some more purples and yellows in it. And the back of that one has some pretty little vines on it. So you can see a lot of watercoloring effect on here. Look how pretty this is with all the yellows and purples and blues. These are a lot of our new in colors that I showed you. And here we have blues, and one of our new colors that's called Pale Papaya is on here, and two of our new greens. And the back has some more of the greens. Soft Succulent is one of the new colors. This one has some delicate little bouquets on it, some more pretty colors. And the back of this one has some yellow with some like wavy lines on it. And this is the one I'm going to be using today. It has, in new in colors on it, it has Blushing Bride, and it has Soft Succulent. And then the back side is again the Pale Papaya with little white dots on it. Okay, so I have cut out some little rectangles with the designer series paper that I just showed you. And what we're going to do is flip these over and put some glue on the back of both of them. One's going to go inside my card and one's going to go on the outside. All right, so let's open this up. Put the first piece inside of here. And this paper doesn't seem to me that it has an upside down or a right side up, so this one doesn't matter which way you put it in, but check your designer series paper, the one that you decide to use, and make sure you have it the right way. Okay, so we'll let that dry for a second. I'm also using the layering circles dies. So for this one I use the largest circle and the largest scallop circle. I've done 2 soft succulent pieces, and then I've done one of the designer series paper that coordinates with this, and a piece of basic white. So we're going to put these on our layers here. Make sure you get all your little scallops layered nicely on there. And this will go on here. Okay, those look pretty well lined up. All right, I'm going to open up my card base, my little card base. I'm going to put some glue right in the center. And the reason I'm not putting it on the back is because you don't want to have glue on the edges that aren't attached to your paper. So when you turn it over, you'll see you don't want glue there and there. So it's easier just to put it on the inside of the card. Then we'll flip this down, and again, some more glue, liquid glue, right on the middle there. And we're going to layer this right over the other one. So if you're particular, you're going to want to line it up so that all your little scallops match up. All right, let's do some stamping. I will bring in a piece of basic white, and I have Memento black ink, and here's my stamp. This is the one with the big bouquet on it. And when I have a bigger stamp, I do like to use it with it face up and then just ink up on top of it. So we'll take this and stamp it on my white scrap. And sometimes when you use the Memento, it tends to stick to your paper, so I like to use this opportunity to just press my finger along on the back and make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be, a nice dark image. Okay, I'm going to be using here, this is the new Pale Papaya. I'm going to open that up, and I have 2 of the flowers, the bigger flowers. Now this is a 2-step stamp set, so we're going to line this up, and this is kind of a whimsical stamp set, so you're not going to get anything lined up perfectly. It's not meant to be lined up perfectly. It's supposed to look like watercolor. And this flower is a little smaller, so that one will go on there. And then we can put this aside, and we'll bring in some Blushing Bride. And with Blushing Bride, we're going to take the stamps that coordinate here. I'm going to put on this flower right here. Looks like it goes there. Okay. And then there's 2 little flowers attached for this one. So those will go there. So it's kind of nice to know that not everything needs to line up properly. Okay. Next we have our leaves. I'll be using soft succulent for our leaves. There's 2 different size leaves. There's the one that's a little bit bigger, and then that one's a little smaller. So we're going to take the bigger one and stamp in there. And again, remember, you're going to have some white showing. It's supposed to be like that. And then I have the little ones, so I'm just going to fill in all these little ones. And then we'll be done with stamping this layer. All right, and the other thing I did stamp was I took a scrap and I used the soft succulent with the thanks stamp and stamped that on a piece of scrap. And then I ran it through my cutting machine, and I used the tailor-made tags. These are brand new also. They're in the new annual catalog. So you get 2 different kinds of tags in all different sizes, and I'm using the smallest one from this set here. So I used that to run through my thanks. And then I took a piece of twine. Now we have some new Baker's Twine Essentials pack in the new catalog. And when you order it, you get all 5 of these. So I used a little piece of the white. It's probably about 8 to 10 inches long. And I ran it through the little hole here and then tied a bow on it. So we'll leave that there for now. I do have the little bouquet already. I ran it through my die cutting machine with the die that fits there perfectly. Okay, so what we'll do is bring back our base, and we're going to take some dimensionals. They're here somewhere. Let me look for some dimensionals. Okay, we're going to take 2 dimensionals and put them on the side of this circle here. Take the tops off. And you want to put them there rather than on the back of the flowers, because you don't want them to stick out of the back. You just want them to be hidden underneath there. So we'll layer this on here. I think that looks good. And now to make sure that everything is in the place it's going to be and that it's not too big for your envelope, you will want to take your envelope and use it as a guide for where you want things to go. So all we have left on here is our little tag. Take a couple more dimensionals, put them on the back of our tag. That. Peel the backs off. And then again, lining this up on your envelope, you can see how far this can go, and then this still needs to go on top. So that needs to line up right there. Okay, last but not least, let's grab some rhinestones. Add some little bling to our card. I'm going to use all 3 of these different sizes, the big one for that, and the middle sized one is going to go here. And then we will put a little one over here. So that's our finished card. Now, if you did happen to make your card too big that it won't fit in your envelope, just another thought is we have some new ombre bags. And these are in the new catalog also. So look how nice this coordinates. If you wanted to, you could just take and slide your card inside of there, tape your back down, and then that could be your envelope. So that's just a different little thought there. So we're going to bring in the projects. And don't forget to stamp on your envelope. And I also have a card. This is the card that I first saw that made me fall in love with this layout. And this was the one that was shared by Laura Milligan. And this is the Fine Art Floral Suite. So that's just another sample for you to see. And one more time, I'll bring in the pattern for what I used. So if you have any questions about this project, just ask in the comments of this post, or you can email me. If you need a new catalog, let me know. This is my email address and my blog. If you want to check out my blog, I have some samples on there. The website, if you're ready to stamp or to purchase, is right here. And I have a Facebook page, Lisa Lang, Crafty Stampers Inc., which is where you should be finding this. So happy May 1st, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.